Hello everybody, welcome back to the James Lawrence Allcott channel. I've got something to share with you. I recently sat down with Chris Wilder in his gorgeous garden and had a really long, lovely chat with a man who's just a proper football guy, really knows his stuff and is smart and experienced, and it was just super, super enjoyable. And I wanted to share a clip of it, so I asked the guys at League of 72, anyone who's been watching my stuff recently, hopefully you know by now, I'm sort of the presenter, I guess, for League of 72, which is a channel that focuses on the EFL. And importantly, a couple of things. First of all, we have a live stream every Thursday, 4 p.m. We've got amazing guests on every single week, managers from up and down the country, players as well. And we're showing all the games and the highlights and bits and pieces there. So if you are into all of that stuff and you're just into football, which you probably are because you watch this channel, then it's an amazing place and we're really excited about what we're making there. And we've just got really cool access, as shown by the clip that you're about to see with me chatting with Chris Wilder. So I wanted to kind of show you a clip from it. And also the second thing I wanted to say was thank you, because all these opportunities that I'm kind of getting these days is completely down to your support of me and the channel. I'm not stupid. I know that it's because of you guys. So I just wanted to take a minute to say that to you guys, because it honestly means the world when I get to go out now and show my legs off, because literally we've just been showing you this bit for so long. But being able to get out there and be a sports presenter, that, as you guys know, is my dream, continues to be my dream, and I'm gently getting there, and it's down to you guys. So thank you very much for that. I know this is maybe a bit over the top, but you guys know how much you mean to me, so I just wanted to say that. In this clip with Chris Wilder, we chat about so much, and the full interview is on the League of 72 channel. So go and check out the full interview. But I've got a clip on here, and in it, he talks about English managers. He talks about Tuchel. He talks about the difference between the Championship and the Premier League and the very slight difference that is there. And he talks about chatting to Sir Alex Ferguson after losing his job or leaving his post at Sheffield United. It's a really lovely chunk of the interview, but there's loads of lovely, great stuff there as well, which you can go and check out. So do me a favour, at the end of this, go check out the League of 72, go subscribe to it, and go enjoy the full interview if you enjoy this clip with me and Chrissy Wilder. Enjoy.
To get those results and to get those performances, it wasn't just all about, a chest thumping exercise. And I think, some people in the game just looked at Sheffield United, and I think as well when we come up, and I think, we're really uneducated about how we went about in the League One and in the Championship, but others didn't. I remember Keith Andrews doing a piece on us, and Andy Inchcliffe, and other guys that had watched us in the Championship and said, this is a great division, and we're a decent side in that division at play in a way. But people thought still that, it was goalkeeper to Brian Dean flick on to Tony Agana and whack it in the back of the net. Every ball that bounces in the middle of the park gets hooked on, and it's long throws and corners.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of why I asked that question, because I think there can be a lot of this. If someone's an English manager, then they're just this fist pumping, get, and it's just it's nonsense. And,
I didn't have a decent suit. I didn't have a decent suit. I've got a couple of decent suits now.
Well, there we go. Right.
That don't fit me. But yeah, it was. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Sean gets it. I think other people get it. And I think the English game's great. Top level, influx of foreign managers, quality operators. Tuchel he come to Sheffield United when they played us. It was one of his first games, and we were as a staff, we were so impressed about how he handled himself, about how his team went about it. He was brilliant, and these are world-class operators that are making the game better at the highest level.
When you're testing yourself against those managers, we as fans watch the game and go, okay, well the plan happens here before it, and then it plays out, and you've got a couple of subs, you can do that. I was wondering, was there ever a moment, is there a game you can remember where sort of in game there was like a change from a manager, whoever that manager might be, where you're like, what is tactically what is going on, and then I guess you've got to kind of find the answer to that. Is there a moment you can remember?
Yeah, I think there'll be loads in games from everybody, through people that have this perception that they don't, in terms of Sean Dyche or Roy Hodgson, like I said, archetypal English managers, to the best ones in the world. You know, Pep and Jurgen Klopp. But we did when we come into the division, we thought, you know, this is going to be an incredible step up. But I found the Championship really technical and really tactical, and possibly at times just as much as the Premier League. The difference is that you know, the top managers are asking top players to do things, and they're doing it. The Man United game springs to mind. We were 2-0 up. We were well on top. We're going into 70 minutes, and in an heartbeat, in the space of 8 minutes, we're 3-2 down. And I go, and I think if you were watching it, you'd go, you know, you'd be clapping, because there's some of the goals, and you're looking and going, should we have done this afterwards? Should we have done that? And you're going, well, no. But what's happened is that, you know, Martial has rolled it down the side to Greenwood. He's chopped it back, and Rashford's come in at the back stick, and it's a brilliant run, pass, cross, finish, and you can't really do anything about it. Yeah. Then sort of all of a sudden, their players have got the bit between their teeth. The second goes in, and the third goes in, and you go, wow. And then you're going into the last 5 minutes of the game, and these are the things, the moments that I suppose that you look back on and go, that was really good. I'm great that happened, because my team came roaring back and managed to get a last-minute equaliser, and it felt like a win against Man United on a Sunday in front of a packed Bramall Lane crowd.
You told Sky Sports that you okay? You told Sky Sports that Pep had said, "Come and watch Man City train." Did you take up that offer?
Well, I haven't yet, because I'm not sure he wants me around at the start of the season, but I will do. I've had some great offers. Some great offers from manager at Man City, the manager at Leicester, manager at Burnley. So I think, you know, one of the things that I've enjoyed is building relationships with these guys as well, and not only just they're incredible football people, but they're good people as well, and they recognise that. I think they recognise that we gave it everything, and even though I think maybe to the outside world it looks quite a selfish game, it's quite insular, and it's quite protective, and it at times looks after its own. So I will be. I think when the season really gets up and running, I think pick and choose my moment to go over and have a cup of tea, because yet again, you know, manager at Man City, you know, he's learning all the time. So if there's a place for him to learn, which I know he does, and drive his players forward, I'm sure there's a place for the likes of myself and other managers that find themselves in my position. And
whilst we're name dropping, I know you've spoken to Sir Alex Ferguson quite a lot over the years. I remember hearing stories. Was it through Jim Smith you kind of met him? Have you had a chance to chat to Sir Alex?
Yeah, recently? I have. Yeah, I have. And yet again, I think, you know, if you speak to a lot, not just me, a lot of young managers around that time. The LMA were a fantastic organisation, so we had the ability to speak to likes of Sir Alex and Walter Smith and other you know, ex-managers, Dave Bassett. Fortunately, I worked with Jim Smith at Oxford, and he had a great relationship with Sir Alex, and Jim Rosenthal as well, who was a director at Oxford at the time, was very close to Sir Alex. So another advantage, another opportunity that this game of ours gives you is to take those opportunities up, and I have, and you know, have that opportunity to go to, and he's brilliant, and as he has been, not just to me, but I think if you speak to a lot of managers that have that had that opportunity, and he would, and he wants to help, and I think that's great that he did, and he still does take time out.
With him, is it, because I just wish I could have a phone call with Sir Alex Ferguson. When you kind of do have that chat, is it you're always with someone who's that successful, you're kind of waiting for the gem? Like, is it all quite broad stuff when you talk about that kind of stuff? Does he still believe that management as an art it's still about, you know, being a leader of men?
Managing players, managing situations, dealing with situations and experiences, and he's had every experience going under the sun. You know, I talked to him about my experience, and he relayed 2 or 3 experiences that he's had in his time. So, you know, you feel, you know, is it just happening to me? And it hasn't. It's happened to in my opinion, the greatest. So that gives you the confidence in you know, that it's happened to him. Listen, I'm never putting myself in a category of what he's done, but it does give you a confidence and a calmness that, you know, that it has happened to other managers, and there's a way forward off the back of it.
Yeah, because I guess for you it's just been, it was success after success. I don't think anyone's won more games as a manager in the last decade than yourself. So to kind of go through this new experience of you know, having to leave a club, that is a sort of new emotion, experience, and feeling to.
I know, but listen, don't worry about it. I've had plenty of down days. I think you all go through that process. You know, I've down days right the way through. I was at a football club that was going out of business. Had 10 points, you know, taken off of us through going into receivership. You know, I've had that right the way through. I've had a period at Oxford that didn't go very well. I went into a football club at Northampton that were bottom of the league. So it hasn't, you know, first 4 games at Sheffield United, period at Sheffield United midway through the Championship season, and the last one, which was, you know, it was very, very bruising and painful. So, you know, there's very, very few managers that have it absolutely plain sailing, and I do believe those periods are periods that make you. And for me, even now, I feel a desire and hunger to right the wrong of last season. And people might say, well, it's all right because the last 20 years have been pretty much a successful sort of journey to where you want to be. But that doesn't take away that fight and desire and hurt to maybe prove a few people wrong and get back to where you want to be, and to get back on the bike and go again. And I think that is naturally in people that are in professional sport and want to work their way up to the top and work at the highest level. Yeah,
and I would imagine, like, when you are so used to winning, you obviously, like Sir Alex Ferguson, I think it's fair to compare you with Sir Alex Ferguson in that sense. Where, you know, you've been consistently winning, so that other feeling, you know, is going to feel that little bit alien to you, and you're just going to be even more driven to go and be that winner again, right?
I think in sport, whatever you do, you know, you're working at the highest level. The players are working at the highest level. They don't want to lose at anything. Don't worry about that. See that swing ball behind me?
I'm ready when you are. By the way.
It's game on. So, you know, anything you do, I think it's just in you, in your upbringing. Yeah, listen, you take defeat. You have to accept defeat. You have to sometimes, you know, accept that you've not been good enough, or you know, you have to be magnanimous in defeat and respect the opposition. But you're going home, and that affects you, and that just doesn't affect you for the hour afterwards. That affects you in all day Saturday night, all day Sunday, all day Monday into Tuesday, and that's still with you until you get that next result.